Welcome, Virgil here, and today I'm going to discuss more about Seneca. I'm going to give 5 more lessons or advices that Seneca gave in the book Letters from a Stoic that I think will help you guys out there. These topics will cover different subjects that will improve, and I hope so, will improve different sections of your life. So let's get started. The first piece of advice that Seneca gave is about finding yourself. So, what does Seneca mean by finding yourself? Finding yourself means obtaining answers or trying to improve your life or getting to know more about yourself. We always seen this question as a philosophical question. We have seen personalities on internet talk about this thing. Follow your passion. Do what you like in your life. But how we are supposed to answer that? What are we doing is we take this question, we take it as a single question. But what we fail to realize is that it is a series of questions. Famous philosopher Epicurus said, "A consciousness of wrongdoing is the first step to salvation." That means that you have to become aware of yourself. You have to become aware of what are the things you are doing good and what things you are doing bad. And there are many more things that you have to consider, like in order to follow your passion or getting to know more about yourself, you have to realize that there are many other questions that you need to first answer, like what will you do in life, or where do you see yourself in the future? According to that, you have to start a journey, and it's going to take a long time. It's not just to get you to know yourself. You have to spend more time with yourself, and it's a journey, and it is going to take a long time, and you have to be persistent and consistent with yourself. And maybe you are going to fail, and one thing you have to do is not quit. You have to stick with yourself and just keep going. The third piece of advice that Seneca gave is being in solitude and silence. Seneca said that you have to be more in silence in order to get more about yourself, or in order to do any task. You have to be in solitude and silence. You have to stay away from noise, or even if you can't afford staying in silence. For example, let's say I live in a city and there's a lot of noises from cars in the background. There are a lot of background noises. But what about me? But Seneca said you have to try to focus, you have to master focusing, or mostly just change your environment. The more silence there is, the more you are going to focus, and the more perfect or more good you become at doing a certain task. The fourth piece of advice that Seneca gave was on how to give a speech. According to Seneca, there are two tones that you can give a speech on: low tone or high tone. According to Seneca, if you want to make someone something, you want to make someone understand something, you have to give your speech in a low tone. The Seneca says speaking in low tone or giving speech in a low tone is the way of the philosopher. You have to speak in low tone in order to make someone understand something. But what about the high tones? High tones are mostly used for motivating or inspiring someone. You see people like David Goggins or Tony Robbins using high tone. The key of high tone is to motivate or inspire someone. But if you are someone who is teaching something, you should use low tone in order to make it in order to make it understandable. The final piece of advice that Seneca gave is on philosophy. He writes to Lucius about learning philosophy, and I thought it is worth sharing with you all, guys. The advice is for all the people as well. See the things about philosophy is that it teaches you to think more deeply, to think about yourself, your society, or the world you live in. It makes you a deep thinker, and it also provides you with advices when you are going something, you need advice, but you need a solid advice, not an opinion. When you ask someone something, it's mostly probably their opinion, not an experimented practical advice. So what does philosophy do is it makes you a deep thinker, and it gives you a proper experimented practical advice about something you're going through, or you just need a deep or personal advice. So this is it for today. Write down any question or suggestion if you like. Thank you guys for your attention, and I will see you soon.